Yo, what is up, guys? It is Cody here, and we're back on Modern Warfare 2. But today we are not going to talk about the gameplay or anything along those lines. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. So, last summer, I used to go out to this buddy's house, and we would get a little under the influence. I'm 18, so no, I'm not legally allowed, but it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing on my friend's part, but I'm not gonna say his name clearly. But so what happened? We were out there drinking, okay, and there we had the normal crew that we'd always have, and then we had a couple. We had some girls there, but one of the girls was one of my good friends, his girlfriend, and then we had her friend there. Then we had some other people. We started to drink, and we all got where we needed to get pretty much for the rest of the night. Like, we were pretty well gutted by midway point through the night. So the nights, it's peaking around like 12 o'clock. And, we're all still drinking. We're all just having a good time, and one of my friends starts playing music and just hanging out. So we're just sitting around. He's playing the guitar. We're listening to him play the guitar. He's really good at it. So we're just chilling, listening to him. And one of my friends looks over, and he can't really hold himself over very good. He drinks, often, but he just can't hold himself. I'm trying to think of like how to. He's a lightweight, really. I mean, that's pretty much. He can't hold his liquor. He can't hold his beer very good. But he's not like a pussy or anything. But he just can't drink very good. That's just the basic what's going on. So we're all sitting there, and earlier in that night, he had like a little bit, and he looks at me, and he grabs my arm and pulls me closer to him, and he goes, "Coda." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I'm drunk as fuck." So at that point, I knew that it was gonna get ridiculous halfway through the night. So we're sitting there, like I said, we're sitting there listening to my friend play music, and my friend's just sitting there, like my good buddy's just sitting there in this chair, like rocking back and forth, because we all knew like it was downhill for him from there. He was rocking back and forth in the chair, like looking around, and he's just sitting there and listening to the music, and he goes, "This is so beautiful." And about halfway through like saying beautiful, he throws up, but he like throws up into his hand, and that makes it like he throws up and tries to hide, like I guess try to catch it so he doesn't puke on these girls, because he's sitting like literally a couple inches, like maybe 2 feet from these girls, and he goes, "This is beautiful," and then he just throws up and like catches his puke in his hand and tries to like throw it back in his mouth. I guess that was like his idea, that what was gonna work. So he throws up, catches it in his hand, but most of it goes all over himself, and he takes off running down the hallway, and he's like ping ponging off every wall pretty much, just bouncing off the walls, like puking everywhere. It was really bad at the time, but it was so goddamn funny. We felt really bad because he just puked all over our buddy's house. And he's like fully clothed still. Well, I mean, he doesn't get like naked or anything, so don't but he's clothed and he's got puke all over his clothes. I mean, he looks like a little baby that just like fucking threw up all over himself. He's like covered in throw up. And I went in there, and so I took care of him, because I was like, he's my best friend, so I wasn't gonna just let him fucking sit around throw up all over him. So I was like, all right, get in the fucking shower. I was like, just like clothes and all, just jump in the shower. So he like takes his shirt off, he jumps in the shower. His shirt has so much puke on it that it's like literally caked on there. It's disgusting. So I take his shirt, I could take it out and put it on the porch, because I didn't want that shit inside. I mean, his throw up stunk really bad, and puke, like when you're drinking and someone like throws up, most of the time it's not like oh that person puking, like what a bitch. But at the point, like, this is just a small house. It wasn't like a party or anything. It was just like a get together, and there was probably like 8 people there tops. So like he threw up, and like everyone kind of stopped and went into like parent mode and started to like take care of him. It was I don't know. The story may not be as funny to you guys, but to me and like all of my friends, like we still to this day bring it up because it was so goddamn funny. Puking someone else, because normally whenever you drink and you throw up, you're probably gonna throw up more throughout the night. I mean, it just happens. It happens at all of us. I've only thrown up like once when I was drinking. It was awful, and I really haven't drank since then just because it was so bad or anything. I don't, you know, but like last summer, I drank a lot, but you know, not recently, not anymore. I kind of like lost my, it kind of like lost the coolness to me. I guess it just isn't fun to me anymore or anything like that because like throwing up and shit like that. It just, what drinking like puts people through more isn't as fun. It's like not, what it does to people isn't as fun to, you know, drink. Like, just, it's not fun to me anymore, at least. This is an awful fucking game, by the way. Like, what the kids were playing against. But anyway, so, you know, I get him a pillow, he's laying down in the bathroom. So I just had him go to sleep in there. About halfway through the, like, more throughout the night. You know, we're still doing our thing. He's in the bathroom. So we all decided, or me and my friend decided to take the case of beer, like one of the cases of beer, and we decided to just sit outside of the bathroom because he wanted someone to talk to. My friend did while he's laying in the bathroom. So we're sitting out front of, like, we're sitting in the middle of the hallway, out front of the bathroom, just talking to him. And he's like, I want to listen to music. So I like got Pandora up on my phone, and he's like listening to like just the most random fucking music like he can find on my phone. You know, we're all just sitting there laughing because it's just, we're like, you know, we're pretty intoxicated and we're just thinking, I think it's hilarious. We're like having a good time. I'm gonna leave this game. And like, if you can imagine someone just laying down next to the toilet with a pillow, just singing to like, oh, because like at that point in time I was listening to like nothing but like old like 80s music and stuff. So you can imagine someone just laying down next to a toilet, like laying on a pillow, listening to music and, you know, singing along to it, which was that was the funniest point because he was sitting there singing along to like the music. I mean, he was like drunk, like really drunk, so he's like sitting there singing along, like slurring his words really bad. It was just really funny to us. And we were all just sitting there, just laughing at him. You know, like if he needed help or anything, we go in there and help him. But I don't know. If you guys, that's pretty much the end of the story. I have a shit ton of stories from last summer. So if you guys want to hear more stories, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to share more, because I have a lot of stories from last summer and, you know, this year, and things along those lines. So if you guys want to hear more shit like that, just let me know, and I will be more than happy to put it. I'm sorry that, you know, the game wasn't as good, clearly, because I was trying to tell a story, not trying to focus on the game. That's why I don't do a live commentary and try to tell stories at the same time, because they just don't work. But if you guys enjoyed that, please leave a like and a comment. Anything you guys want to do, subscribe, potentially follow me on Twitter. All of the stuff will be down in the description. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!